She isn't captivated by the trinkets you offer. She isn't disarmed by the poetry of your compliments. She isn't even swayed by the predictable comfort of your kindness. These are just echoes in a hall she's already walked. A woman's core, her deepest allegiance, is only unlocked by a man who possesses the quiet fortitude to be the architect of her deconstruction. Not to wound, not to diminish, but to meticulously and compassionately disassemble the fortress she mistook for herself. If your presence cannot navigate the labyrinth of her defenses to find the raw, uncurated truth huddled at the center, you will only ever know the tenant of her heart, not its owner. Welcome to a conversation that exists beneath the surface. This isn't about manipulation. It's about mastery, a mastery of emotional archaeology. If you're ready to excavate the real layers of connection, you're in the right place. Every woman of depth is a sovereign state with high, unscalable walls. These aren't decorations. They are historical documents of treaties broken and invasions survived. Most men approach these walls and set up camp outside, content with diplomatic visits and surface trade. The rare man understands that true alliance requires integration. He doesn't lay siege to the gates. He demonstrates such unwavering, consistent integrity that the drawbridge is lowered from within. His strength isn't in force, but in an immovable presence that makes the walls themselves feel obsolete. He doesn't break her spirit. He makes her feel that her most guarded citadel is finally safe to open. Comfort is a gilded cage. Her routines, her guarded responses, her predictable patterns, these are not peace. They are the quiet hum of a life on pause. She may not even know she's waiting for a catalyst. Your role is not to be that catalyst, but the alchemist of provocation. You don't create chaos. You pose the question her soul has been whispering. You invite her not just to new experiences, but to the edges of her own emotional spectrum. You are the mirror that reflects not just her face, but her potential energy, dormant and waiting. When she resists, your equilibrium becomes the anvil upon which her old self is forged into something new. This isn't about control. It's about creating a gravitational pull so strong that orbiting her former self becomes impossible. Beneath the performance of her daily life lies an unwritten text, the version of her story that was too real, too painful, or too powerful for the world. It's written in the language of averted gazes, a sentence left unfinished, the specific weight of a silence she carries. The ordinary man reads the published, edited volume of her life and is satisfied. You must learn to perceive the palimpsest, the ancient parchment where older, truer writings are buried beneath the new. You notice the ghost of the previous text. You don't demand to read it. You simply create a library of such safety and non-judgment that she feels compelled to hand you the original manuscript herself. When a woman gives you her unwritten text, she has given you the master key to her entire being. Humanity runs on autopilot, a series of well-rehearsed scripts designed to avoid pain. She is the lead actress in her own protective play. Your purpose is to gently, firmly call for an intermission. You are not a critic of the performance. You are the director who asks the actress to explore the motivation of the character. Why does she exit stage left when the scene gets intimate? You hold space for the dissonance between the role she plays and the person she is. This triggers a sacred unraveling, a necessary disintegration of the false self. It is uncomfortable, even frightening, but it is the only path to authenticity. By refusing to collude with her fiction, you offer her the one thing no one else has, the chance to be real. Attraction is a spark, but lasting devotion requires a power grid. Your strength is not a weapon to be wielded, but an energetic imperative, a non-negotiable frequency you emit. It is the ability to remain the eye of the storm when her emotional weather systems rage. It is the integrity to hold your center when she tests its foundations, not to be cruel, but to see if it can be a true shelter. Weakness is contagious. It makes her feel she must be the anchor for both of you. Your unshakable, calm energy is a silent promise. You can fall apart. My architecture will hold. This doesn't suppress her. It liberates her to be fully felt, because she knows your foundation can handle the seismic weight of her truth. Trust isn't deposited in a single grand gesture. It is minted in the daily currency of microscopic proofs. It is the cumulative weight gain of 1,000 kept promises, transparent actions, and moments where you choose integrity over convenience. Every time you do what you said you would, especially when it's difficult, you are forging a new reality for her, one where reliance doesn't lead to ruin. You are rewriting her history not with words, but with a new dataset of evidence that proves some men are not dangers, but sanctuaries. Everyone loves the highlight reel. The strong man is granted access to the raw, unedited footage, the takes filled with stumbles, raw emotion, and unscripted truth. When her storms come, you do not seek shelter. You do not direct or edit. You become the constantikamak in her chaos, the stable, smooth presence that doesn't flinch from the motion. Your purpose is not to stop the rain, but to stand within it, proving that not all men melt. By witnessing her unedited self without retreat, you communicate that nothing she is could possibly be too much. This is the ultimate permission slip to exist authentically. In the end, she doesn't love the man who decorated her life. She loves the man who forced her to renovate the very foundation of her soul, the man who had the courage to be the architect of her deconstruction and the witness to her rebirth. He didn't seek to possess her, but to partner with the most authentic version of her that had been locked away. This is not a transaction of affection, but a fusion of purpose. Her love, then, is not given. It is invoked, earned, and seamlessly integrated. It is the inevitable consequence of being a man of such profound strength that he makes her feel, for the first time, that she is finally completely home.